It's lunchtime. Also, hot take, who else despises sidewalks with crossings that have these things here? Like if you're pushing your shopping cart, or you have a toddler that's in a stroller, this is about as much joltage as you would get from a roller coaster ride somewhere. But it's not like a good theme park, it's like one of the rickety ones. Details. And can I get that with, for your lettuce, is it shredded or is it leaf? Shredded. It is shredded? Okay, never mind. Dzień dobry, YouTube, and Vitami to another episode of Atticus Eats, my dear friends, and shout out to the awesome people in the comment section who love when I say dear friends. My dear friends, it is so good to be back, as per usual. But at this restaurant specifically, we're actually parked out in front of what used to be a Sears, but of course we all know what has unfortunately happened to that great company, and it no longer exists. But I'm in a vacant parking lot with angled parking spaces and actual trees, and I'm feeling pretty harmonious right now, I need to say. But my dear friends, we are in for such a treat. This is actually a return visit for me, unlike the last couple of places that we've been to where I'm trying things for the first time with you all. This is a return stop for me. I have eaten here once or twice before, and it was fantastic, stupendous food. And we are talking about today, my dear friends, The Stand. Hopefully you can see that. Position yourself well. There we go. The Stand, established in '03. This is a restaurant that, upon looking at the history, it was a restaurant that actually started in Texas, I believe. And it has multiple locations in the state of Texas, as well as here in California. And I love that finally, for once, California and Texas actually share something that is good. Like, that is amazing. But yeah, my amazing friends, this is an amazing treat, an amazing lunch. You're about to see the Atticus special that I have come up with for lunch, but I am still trying something new, so I'm greatly looking forward to that. But let's go ahead and pull out the vittles right now. All right, what have we got? Brown bag of glory. Yes, okay. So my friends, this is a brown bag that is full. I was going to make a really bad joke. I'm going to stop myself. This is a brown bag that is full of their sweet potato fries. I wanted to try something different. The Habit has it on lock with the green beans, the tempura fried green beans. They have some red green beans, I think, is what they call them. I don't know, correct me. They have some sort of green bean thing here. It's not that good, at least to me. The day that I got it, which was, again, a while ago, really, really dry, really stringy. It didn't have the layers that the Habit tempura green beans have. I have tried their french fries before, pretty good, but I wanted to try something different that wasn't just like onion rings or something like that, right? So we're going to be trying their sweet potato fries. I was talking to the guy, and he was saying that they are pretty good, and what makes them unique is their waffle cut. And it's like, oh, now you're speaking my language. So we have that for us to partake in. Boom, right there. They did give me, actually a large thing of napkins. Apparently this is stuff for door dashing, so that's some DoorDash deals. But a large thingy of napkins I can replenish my car stash with, because we're very judicious when it comes to napkin usage. But now, Oh my. So they're so generous. These are good people. Okay. These are good people. I want to give them a hug. They gave me not just one, but dos rancheros. I'm sorry if I'm saying bad stuff in Spanish. I have an excuse. I'm white. So that's gonna go with the sweet potato fries because ranch makes everything better. Look at that. Look at that. I almost want to keep the box as like a souvenir, a souvenir item. TheStand.com. American Classics Redefined. All right, here we go. Ready? Oh, it's covered. They put it to bed. They swaddled it first, then they put it to bed. They're very nice. All right, come on. Show. Salivation time. Come on. Do you know what that is? A banana pepper. Yes. Okay. So what I love about the stand, they have a lot of like custom-made burgers that are on their menu that are prefabricated that you can try. But then they have the build your own burger, and they literally offer you every condiment under the sun that they have that you can put on a burger of your own choosing. You get to pick your bun, you get to pick your meat, so you can do beef, turkey, I think fish, maybe an Impossible Burger, and chicken, which is like amazing. The possibilities are endless with that, and you get to pick all of your condiments. So, what I have come to do, their lettuce is unfortunately shredded, otherwise I would have put lettuce on this to pretend to be healthy, but we're not pretending today. There's only truth here. But what we have is a standard issue beef burger cooked medium well on a wheat bun with mustard, stand sauce, which is their version of like In-N-Out Thousand Island dressing or the McDonald's secret sauce, pepperoncini peppers, which are banana peppers, I think I said yellow mustard already, and ranch. So yeah, dressings galore, says I. Okay, says I. Let's take a full view. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Look at that. There's a little bit of slippage, you know what I mean? I like it. All right. Here we go, friends. Lunchtime. This is gonna be messy, but in that really, really, really good way. Oh wow. Okay. How do I position myself here? Yeah. All right. The stand sauce has that little bit of a pickly, salad dressing kind of vibe. The ranch, of course, is creamy, delicious, exuberant. The yellow mustard, the key with yellow mustard, my friends, that people keep sleeping on. Yellow mustard has tang. The tang of yellow mustard is what sets it apart, right? And what makes that so good is that now you can break up sweet with tang, and it makes it really, really, really good. What I love about their burgers, too, they're not charred. This is just a cooked through beef patty, right? That's what I want. Just cook. When I make a burger, just cook it through. And I want it to be cooked through, maybe just a gentle bark on the outside. And that's it. And that's exactly what we have here with this burger. It's soft, it's not super grizzly and nasty. Oh my word. And the bun, very delectable, good, lightly toasted, but very soft and flaky bun. Oh. Mm-hmm. And then you get the spice, vinegary flavor, and crunch that adds a brightness with the pepperoncini peppers. Very. Every place is different and unique, my friends. And good. Oh yeah. Demolition. And the burger patty's hanging out the back end, so I'm biting it to keep it in its place of the bun. I am in a state of euphoria. Just so you all know. Nothing better, too, when you get to eat, than to be able to, like, look out on trees. There's trees here in this parking lot. It's actually kind of nice, because I feel like because this store is not open anymore, the Sears, I feel like, well, I'm guessing, but it seems like the city is not doing their normal California stupid city thing where they butcher the trees. And hopefully I didn't just jinx these trees by saying that, but all these trees seem to be intact and they look like actual trees still. They don't look like that horrifically lobbed off, butchered popsicle that cities tend to make trees these days. And that's what makes it nice. This is the way it used to be. And just everywhere in California. You'd get these trees. You'd have the cities like LA and San Francisco and whatever, but you would be able to look out on just beautiful trees. And you'd have shade, angled parking spaces, not a poop ton of people. It was really nice. I know I've talked about that a lot on the channel. I'm wolfing. Apparently I was hungrier than I thought. I'm a really happy hobbit. So good. Amazing. Alright. Now for the secondary explosion. Oh. This is what was on the burger, but now I get to taste it standalone. Very good. A much thicker ranch than the ranch of last week. This has more depth of flavor than that very plain ranch that was at the fish place last week. I definitely taste more like garlic in this. I don't know if it's like the type of oil that they use to make it. There's a little bit more garlic for sure, but it's good. It's super good. Like, Atticus is not complaining. You know what's really good is, like, I don't have to worry about catching Twilight-itis and being accosted by a vampire just randomly. I would probably do really well in Alaska during the period of nighttime, you know? Wow. That is a perfect waffle cut sweet potato fry. You heard the crunch, right? It sounded like a fat guy stepping on a pine cone. That was a serious crunch, but it is so soft and fluffy and warm on the inside. Friends, wow. Collectively, oh, look at the size of that. Shut up. I have to bend it to make it fit. This is really good. Wow. Not overtly sweet. Very gentle. Almost like if you added honey to a peanut butter sandwich. It's not overpowering. It's just got that whisper of sweet. And then you've got the creaminess of the ranch, but the texture and the crunch and the fluffiness of the sweet potato. Friends, if you have The Stand near you, you need to go. Get any burger or sandwich is what they call it that you want. Do not sleep on the sweet potato fries with ranch. If ranch is not your thing, you want to do ketchup, I'm sure that'd be fine. I would do that if I was not a ranch connoisseur, but given that I am, ranch is the way. But if you have a stand near you, you need to go. You have to go. It is amazing. Oh. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. And they're all like a nice, decent size. You're not getting the little rejects where it's just an angle of a fry. You know what I mean? I got another container of ranch to get through. I'm gonna work on that right now. But don't go anywhere. I've got a couple stories to share right after I finish eating. Okay, so I definitely am gonna need a piece of stale gum after that, because that ranch was super garlicky. Like, if you're a vampire, you will be very offended by me right now, you know? But it's a good safety tip, I think. It's being ready. I don't know that I necessarily want to speak with gum in my mouth, so I'll probably leave that for now, but I'll come back to it after. So I was sitting here as I was finishing off the sweet potato fries, and I was laughing at myself, which I normally do. But for this specific reason today, I was sitting here and I'm going, my first initial thought that I couldn't articulate earlier when I pulled this out is, oh, hippie lettuce. If you know, you know. But I was going, why does this make me laugh? There's something about just this brown paper bag, a cheap brown paper bag, no less, that is, it's so funny to me. And then I remembered, on the middle, you're getting a middle behind the scenes story. One of my favorite people that I enjoyed being able to talk with and just sort of listen to was Greg Cipes. And we talked about Teen Titans last week, and in last week's episode. And Teen Titans was one of my favorite shows growing up. The good one, the original one, right? And it's so funny because Greg and I actually have the same agent for voiceover work in the entertainment industry. And so when I was really, really, really little, this was back in the day when you could not record voiceover auditions anywhere else but at, like, your agency or at a professional recording studio. I was able to go to my agency's recording studio, and now they don't even have this anymore because of COVID, right? But back then they did. This was when I was like 8, I think. And I walked in, and I had to do a voiceover audition, and my agent was the one that was kind of like instigating the audition, kind of directing a little bit with the booth director, because she wanted to hear what my range was and things like that, because this is at the very infancy beginning of my career. And what I love is that I was coming out of the booth, and in the little waiting area for the voiceover booth, Greg Cipes walked in. And she goes, oh yeah, this is Greg. You may know him. He plays Beast Boy on Teen Titans. And he did the voice. Yo, what's up, dude? That's my really bad impression of it, but you get the drift. And yeah, he did the voice. And that was one of the first times in the industry that I got starstruck. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's Beast Boy, dude! You know, I was all excited. And he was so nice to me. He was so ridiculously nice to me. But the way that he looked then, when I was 8, was totally different from when we brought him onto the show, which was like 5 years later or something like that. And of course, dressed up as the character of Chuck on the show. Totally different, right? Totally different person. And, anyway, I told him, I was like, hey, by the way, do you remember me when I was really little? And this was when I was like 15, right? Because he would just sort of come and go. They wouldn't write Chuck in all the time, but sometimes they would, and very rarely was he written in with Brick. And anyway, he's just one of those, like, really cool, hippie, new agey kind of guys. Really nice to me. Very nice to my mom, which I thought was so cool. And it was so funny. Like, I have memories of him being like, you need to come down to Venice Beach with me, and we'll go to a drum circle. It's a really spiritual time. I never went, but it was just funny to be able to, like, you know, that's the topic of conversation. When we reincarnate, man, we gotta become birds. And what did he say he wanted to be? I think he wanted to be an eagle or a hawk or something. My mom was like, I want to be an owl. And he was like, yo, owls have so much wisdom, though. I can see that in your spirit. Like, it just, you know, he's super positive, and we obviously have different beliefs and a lot of things. But it was just, he was so pleasant to be around. And despite the differences of opinion or belief, he was just so warm and kind. And I was too, of course. And I expressed to him, you know, Teen Titans was like my favorite show ever. And he was like so cool about it. And he wanted me to be able to come down to a recording of Teen Titans Go one day. And it just never worked because of the ranch. Or, I'm sorry, of the work. Funny enough, though, at the Warner Brothers Ranch, if you watch my behind-the-scenes video, guy driving around in a car really slow near me. I wanted to make sure he wasn't mad-dogging me. But they recorded Teen Titans at the Warner Brothers Ranch. And they had a whole sound area, and that was something that I brought up about because I recorded my first recording session of Frankenweenie on the Warner Brothers Ranch. And so they filmed there every week. It was like every Thursday they were recording episodes. And I thought that was really cool. I wish that I had an opportunity to, like, escape and have the confidence then that I had now to escape from my work for like half an hour and then just go watch them record. I think that would have been really cool. Be like, well, no, Greg invited me. You know? But man, that was just such a good time. He's one of the people that I have fond memories with. Being able to work, again, very rarely with, but I was able to work with him. And, you know, it was such a fun time. No, but the reason why I'm bringing this up is because when we would do table reads for episodes of the show, and for those of you who don't know, table reads are where all the actors in an episode come together with the network, with the writers, with the director, with the producers, and read the script out loud. And then that way the network or the studio can give notes on if things need to be changed. The writers can hear if a joke really lands well or not. And then they can do their rewrites. And they do this the week before we actually shoot an episode. And it was the very last table read that he was a part of. It might have been the very last table read, period. I can't remember if he was in the last episode or not. But he started to dole out bundles of white sage. Which, for those of you who don't know, burning white sage is like a spiritual cleansing thing that goes back to Native Americans. Where you burn it, and you burn it in your home, and it will, like, ward off negativity and evil spirits and stuff like that. And it promotes positivity in a home. And, see, I bet you guys didn't know I knew about Native American culture, did you? My mom is super cool like that, teaching me stuff. And, about Native American history and culture and everything. And that's a whole other topic for another video. But anyway, he miscounted how many he needed to give out to everybody. So, like, there was a couple, people who were guest cast who got him. And then most of the main cast. And then he gets up to me, and he, with his brown paper bag that he brought him in. And he dumps it upside down. And then there was none left. And he was like, oh, do you want the bag? And I was like, nah, man, I'm good. Hey, it's the thought that counts. You be chill. I think I even said I got my own. It's all good. He was like, righteous. And then he went and sat down in his seat at the table read. But anyway, that's why this made me laugh. That was my long-winded story to say why this made me laugh. And what's really cool, actually, is, Teen Titans, pretty much my #1 favorite show growing up. I have been able to meet all of the voice actors except for the guy who played Robin on that show. Tom Kenny did a bunch of the extraneous voices. I was able to meet and work with him multiple times. I got to meet Tara Strong, who played Raven. She was a sweetheart to me. Greg Cipes, of course. And then I met Kari Payton coming out of a Lion Guard record, actually, one time. But I knew him at that point as Ezekiel. And so I was like, yo, are you Ezekiel? And he was so cool about it. And he knew me because of Greg. And he was like, yeah, we work on the same show all the time, or the same lot all the time. And it's like, I know, we're so close to each other, dude. Took a picture with me. I got to post it on Instagram, you know what I mean? Like, it was cool, man. It was such a good time. And I also met Lauren Faust. I believe, is her name, who played Starfire. Yeah, I met her in passing. I got to do a couple of events for a wildlife refuge, and they had a passion for it, and we were kind of like a means of raising money, giving out autographs in exchange for money for the refuge. And Tara Strong and Tom Kenny and Lauren Faust were there, so that was where I got to like meet them and interact with them all at once. It was a really cool time. It was a really cool time. That's some of my celebrity stories. I don't even think about that stuff a lot of times, and it's like, wait, share that with the peoples. That's a pretty good lunch topic to have, you know? It's a fun time. Anyways, my dear friends, what another stupendous, awesome Atticus Eats outing. We ate the stand. What did you all think? What did you think visually of the burger? What did you think audibly, not only from hearing my chewing noises, but also my crunching, as well as my oral descriptions of everything? What did you guys think? Is this a place that you would want to try? And if so, and you do try it, let me know in the comment section below what you actually get and what your thoughts are on it. They have milkshakes here, root beer floats. They even have an orange soda float. Like, you can get vanilla ice cream and an orange soda. Lots of awesome sweet stuff that you can try too, which I think is seriously cool. But anyways, my amazing friends, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Check out the links down in the description box below for Twitch and for YouTube. It's a Saturday when this video is going to be visible to you all. Definitely come hang out with me on stream. It's a Saturday, so we're going to be continuing our playthrough of Dying Light. Definitely come hang out and listen to me make my sarcastic and witty remarks as to responding to dialogue in the game and scenarios and situations. And also my Cameo page is down below. Definitely come on by and book a Cameo from me. I know that Father's Day is come and gone, but there's still plenty of other reasons to buy a Cameo. Find out what one is perfect for you and go ahead and book me. I would love to be able to take part in your special days, whatever it might be. Please let me know. I would love to be able to partake in that. And be sure to share this video on all your social media friends if you liked it. You know the drill. I want to hear what you ate. I want to hear what you thought. I want to hear anything else that you have that you want to share. You guys rock out loud. Be well. I'll see you in the next video. Do widzenia.
I just want a great